Hey there, fellow farmers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead. Episode 8, A Better Farmstead for Times of Plenty. Yeah, this game is a lot more like Necess than Stardew, exactly. Another sloppy? Are you kidding me? He's quick, but sloppy. I might need to lower my standards. At some point, I will never remember where these people actually are to ever return back to. But at some point I might need to lower my standards if this is a trend that keeps going. Because it's getting stupid. Here's another one. Loyalty gain, but inefficient. So I think here's the deal. Once I make it over to the Chasm of Sorrows, if we don't start finding people that are decent, I'ma change my standards, which makes me sad. Ouch. Really? I can hit you through the door? Okay, that's cool. You're dead. Another Magus Minerva scroll. That's exactly the one I had. Let's kill the monster spawner. There's not going to be any people in here, but I might as well clear it. One of the advantages of clearing it is then on the map it gets, you know, it will become obvious that I've already done it because it will get grayed out. Start the vote for the town standard. I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, we have the Basha. Bonk. And I'm going to put my copper shield back on my primary so I can block. There we are. So I'm doing these a little out of order. I'm doing the beer dolium, the beer brewing quest, which is this one. And then after doing this one, I'll go over to the building quest. Additionally, just trust me, pick up drum, like one drum from the ground. So I just grabbed a drum. Also, let's kill the spawner. That's about enough of that. Because you'll need a drum later on, so just like hold on to it. Spoilers, I know, but not a terrible one. Never heard of this? Looks cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's surprisingly well done. Nothing like a heavy key to fix your problems. So we've got the quest item here. But let's poke around a little bit more. Yeah, find the games you need to play. I just, I try to curate like a nice list of games I think will interest people. With that said, not every game I show on the channel I would like spend a lot of time in my own personal time playing. In fact, I spend very little. If I had more like of my own time, the list might change a bit. But I do find this one quite fun, for whatever that's worth. And I tend to shy away from like low poly pixel games of this ilk, which says a lot. More beer. Another angry gold leaf trinket. My inventory is completely filling up, but like not with important stuff. A lot of this stuff I can get rid of. Now we do have one piece of a 3-piece divine weapon here, the Pilum Shaft. Just keep in mind that some of these items aren't immediately useful, but if you collect them and then reassemble them, they will be useful later on. So for that question that you guys were wondering about, should I lower my standard for citizens? There you go. I'm not necessarily going to be interested in taking, like, disloyal citizens, but, like, a little sloppy or a little, like, you know, whatever. So not all negative traits are the same. Oh, let's see about you. No, I don't want to be in a pot. You are depressed, but loyal. Ow! Freaking thorns. Because there's nothing like inherently wrong with like a depressed citizen. You know, just keep them a little happier. It's fine. You want to fight wolves? Go tell Romulus and Remus I'm not to be messed with. Or don't. I don't care. More loaded dice. I'm just going to be like littering stuff on the ground. Clearing up space. Tusk, is that you? Tusky? No, it's not Tusk. Alright, well, we are almost to the Well Temple, the Moonstring one. It's just down this staircase. And you are also depressive. Okie dokie. Hey, chat, you sure you don't want me to lower my standards? Just a little bit? Only positive traits are, I think, maybe the game patched. I tried to read the patch logs and didn't notice anything about trait ratio changes. But when I play tested this, like, just about every single person had, like, no traits. And now, like, every single person has traits. And maybe it's like a playtest change or something. I don't know. The other thing I could do is case-by-case basis. I could just be like, do we add this one person? Yay, nay. So here's someone who's just basic, no traits. Send to town. See you over there. Alright, there's the Moonstring, which I absolutely do not have room for. Time to dump some stuff. Whoops. And now we've done the two of the other god quests. So here's what I'm gonna do. Do we recruit Maxima? And it's just going to be a flash poll. So they're meticulous, which means they have higher expertise. If you're wondering about what the citizen stats are, loyalty gives you a blanket bonus to stats. So loyal citizens will just have higher efficiencies and stuff like that. The higher the mood. Oh, hold up. I am being assaulted. Then you have efficiency, which is how fast they work. Expertise, which is particularly useful for anyone working in craftsman trades, like blacksmith, leatherworker, because expertise increases your chance to have higher than usual quality stuff. So, like, making copper armor, you might get like sturdy copper armor instead. And if they have low expertise, you might get rusty copper armor. And you'll have higher stat bonuses for higher levels of expertise. Experience gain straightforward, they level up faster. And then loyalty gain is they gain loyalty faster. So you guys think Maximus should be sent to town. Copy that. And I'm going to try to find that other depressive one to my east. Because that's the last slot I have open for citizens. So if I find that other depressed one, I suspect, because the vast majority of you said yes to Maxima, you're going to say yes to the other Debbie Downer that's over here somewhere. I think I need to take a more northern path. Yeah, Scorpio's Temple is not a bad one. I think a case by case is like fine. Also, one of the reasons to do case by case is we might end up like breaking our cold spell or our dry spell of finding virtually no one, and then have an abundance of like decent recruits and change our standards yet again. So I'll just case by case it. Oh my god, I went the wrong way. Really? Like, a hidden pillar had only apples and wheat in it? That almost sounds insulting. Feels insulting. So it was you, right?
Huh?
I'll just executive decision send that one to town, who is also just sad but loyal. Sad and loyal is fine. So let's make it up to the road. That's going to be a little easier to head home. There's also the multi-stage dungeon, the Depths of Sinister Machinations. I would do them if I had the space for their stuff. I do not have the space for their stuff. I am flippity full right now. Where's the road? Oh, yeah, it's right here. So, a dungeon to be done maybe later. I don't know. Zoom! They just need some happy pills? Well, it's called wine or beer. And I don't disagree. Oh, you know, I hadn't cleared this out. I'll do this one later. It's right on the road. It will be easy for me to bang out at some point. But I don't have space for anything in the moment, so I don't want to pick anything up. Oh, if you're wondering about the sledgehammer, one hilarious thing is it sends things flying, which I love, but like its attack window is very long. So unless you build like a tank, you will end up getting pretty murdered in the process. Why do I have so many Minerva skulls? I need to sell this crap. Alright. Down we go. And the plan is to maybe upgrade the well and then upgrade the farmstead, because it should be... We should be just about done with cabbage, allowing the farmer to go back to the farmstead to do the work. Ooh, and it's raining too, so free water. Also, building a beer dolium wouldn't be bad idea either. Additionally, possibly making sure all of our scorpions have ammo. I have not been checking on that. Come on, hook up. Fine. Alright, so here we go. Gift and gift. Moonstring is done, so we have a well, and Scent of Memory is done, so we have beer dolium. She wants me to give over 10 grapes, 5 beer, a drum, and a lyre. Oh, a drum, you say? Someone says something about holding on to a drum. It doesn't need to be all at once. It can be in batch, so I delivered the drum already. I'm gonna just give away this stuff. I don't really care. Quick stack. How is our bread looking? We've got, holy moly, 83 bread. I think we solved our hunger crisis. You lost your wine. Yeah, it seems like everyone's whining about that. All right, another thing. Okay, so the insula's full. And did we manage to pull all the cabbage out? I think so. We're about to get all the cabbage. Woohoo! So, farmer goes back in. And I'm going to put Kalina out in the merchant slot. She is loyal and depressed. Seems like a fine combination. So the next thing I wanted to do over here is... Oh, need one of these. And I also should tell my carpenter stop making roads. I'm sure we have a lot now. Let's go ahead and drop a well. I don't suspect we're going to have, like, much need of a larger farm than this, but I think what I'll do is I'll put a well here, and then possibly in like another farm here if it fits between the cliff. All right, you have 370 roads, so we're good on that. You can stop. I figured as much. And now you're going to be repeat order of build stuff for me. So the well is just some stone. And then we'll also do the farmstead upgrade as well. Stone is interestingly kind of hard to come by right now because I turned everything into roads. I mean, no regrets. But I'm gonna need to go grab some from out here. That also means that the upgrade of the farmstead is gonna require some fetching as well. So we got a well, and the farmer is just told to tend crops perpetually. That's totally fine. We'll put the wheat and wheat seeds in here, and now they should be. Oh yeah, you can already see it being watered. So now there's like a looping supply of work for that. Okay. Now, if you want to upgrade stuff, stick your construction bench down, click on it, and you can hit upgrade. So farmstead to farmstead level 2 needs wood, clay, and stone. Now, for these upgrades, and I mentioned this last stream, but it was a while ago, you need the resources in your stockpile. To build the first version of stuff, you bring the resources to it, but then for upgrades, you actually have to go deliver them to your resource or material stockpile, which means trucking around a little bit and collecting all the field stone, of which there is plenty, so that's no problem. And there's a lot of others to mine, too. Now, don't attack my... So, little warning, like, until you get bronze carts, if you ever get bronze carts, the wooden ones are, like, super vulnerable. So if anyone attacks you, you're best to just, like, drop it and run. Rather than to risk the cart being destroyed. Because when they destroy the cart, you don't get the materials to actually replace the cart. There we go. Delivered. Upgrade. And I don't have the next upgrade for this, although I think series allows me to do it. So, another thing is building appeal. I don't know if you guys want me to invest in building appeal right now, but the more appealing the building, the happier the people will be working in there. And there's some, like, I'll just say meta ways for building appeal. So if you want building appeal, fountains to fountain level 2 is a pretty decent way to have a lot of building appeal. Because fountains are very bang for your buck. So the question I have for you guys is, should I improve appeal? Basically, should I spruce up the town a little bit, make it look a little nicer, decorate, stuff like that, so that people enjoy their jobs and they're a little bit happier? I do have one well over here, and you can kind of see, this was, I think, as a way to demonstrate, you can kind of see the benefit of building appeal, where, as a result of the positive appeal here, this person is happier than average, like a little happier with living here or whatever, which is going to increase their work speed and efficiency. And then the other thing I unlocked was the Beardolium. That is not a workplace. That's just like a brewing spot. So the Beardolium is here. And this just costs some clay. And the Beardolium, I would say, I'm going to actually, interestingly, put it over by the Farmstead. And the reason for that is, like, you use wheat to brew it. So, to me at least, it makes sense to put it where the wheat is. And I'll build one of those real quick. I could have just, like, let the carpenter do this, but it's... Oh my god, hammering. It's easy enough for me to just, like, quickly throw one together. So there's a little Beardolium. Remember the bees? Yes, true. I low-key kind of forgot. I like how all the citizens are like, ooh, look, beer. And this requires, like, the vials. So that might be something that we do in a little bit. I am using some of our lovely pavement to have this have more of like a town square-y feel. Valid position. But why? Okay, that's enough for now. What else do I have in my inventory? So I have a lot of other random junk. And it looks like building peel should be addressed. So I'll put that on my, the next thing I manage. God, Mercury is so easy to please. I like how the carpenter delivered clay and was like, oh, it's done? I'll just leave the barrel here. Like, don't do that, man. Clean up after yourself. Okay, so for building appeal, back to the task at hand. We could build... I wouldn't mind, like, building a fountain. One that benefits both these buildings. So maybe one right here. So, because it hits both the bakery and the farm. And then some of these are very small radius, as you can see. The fountain has a much higher radius, larger radius. There we go. That's a whole lot of stuff. And this is just like to make the farmstead, because, you know, farmsteads are kind of important in the scheme of things. Make the farmstead like the central, like one of the nicest buildings in our village. Making sure that people are happy and well fed. Because if the farmer works faster, I don't need more farmers. I have one very productive super farmer, I guess, in other words. Let go. Forget how many stones this called for, but I'll speed up the process. Oh, dang it. Okay, even more stone. I'll go fetch... I know we have more stone in the base, but I'll just go fetch stone out here. One of the reasons is the stone out here, like, physically blocks shots from our defenses. So it isn't necessarily a bad idea to, like, clean up the outside so that it's easier to actually defend your town. And the carpenter will deliver the final one. That's fine. You want to fight? My people will eat you. Your food. It's one way to mine. Throw rock at rock. I mean, there's a lot of games where, like, you get flint that way, I guess. This game included. So, the places where the citizens are the least happy... oops, that doesn't need that. Also, a lot of them are in the insula, so I don't need to worry about appeal. Plus, the only other place where they're unhappy is the merchant up here, and I will do appeal up here as well. So the current priority is add appeal to the town, and I'm gonna try not to go overboard. It's easy to go overboard. I'm gonna do my best not to. So if this is the entryway, this is all grass, and I'm not going to tear up the grass right now because grass is fine. So I think let's go grab the workbench and then add appeal to the merchant place, because that's the only person at the moment that has, like, innate unhappiness, and therefore they would benefit the most from an appealing spot up yonder. So I'm sure I can get another building adjacent to this one at some point that will benefit both sets. There's also, I could have a west-facing watermill here, because this is 4 tiles of vertical, 4 tiles of vertical water. And there's not always a lot of space for that kind of stuff. And then I have small bush decorations here, and mostly the purpose of the small bush decorations is to prevent me from falling in the water over there. Because you can use, like, the decorations as, like, fences, which is not unreasonable considering how often and frequently I am likely to fall in the water, like an idiot. My scorpions have been chopping all the trees down for me, leaving stumps, as you can see. So I'm just grabbing some of the stumps. It's not like I need more wood. Oh, don't hit my bear. No, don't. Leave me alone. Don't throw stuff at me. Rude. Oh, I'm surprised this one's not actually damaged. Because they had hit it. They have a little bit of durability, but like not a ton. Yeah, everyone's gonna get fountains. Dang it. No! Stupid ballista! Don't shoot me. I built you. I can unmake you. And I'm just manually helping out because I know if I don't, the carpenter will take like a year and a day to make the stuff because it's pretty far away from the stockpile. Hell, I don't even see the carpenter do anything. So, between upgrades, food, apparel, loyalty, Selena, or whatever, has net positive happiness, you know, like, let's say mission accomplished to some degree or another. It's not that hard to do. I'll even hand deliver. I'm just gonna like box in the lumber mill here. I'm gonna hand deliver the remaining stone for the fountain. And then we'll take a look at fulfilling more quests. Or worship favors for unlocks. Because that's another thing we could do. Okay. So they should be pretty happy at this point. Yep. Net positive 2.1. You know, appeals up, loyalty's up, etc., etc. So we shouldn't have any issues with Selena or whatever her name is being depressed. Hopefully. And I know there's a lot of other buildings that have yet to be upgraded. But yeah, I added, what I can do in this case is just blueprint some additional wells, or, sorry, fountains, knowing that eventually our carpenter will get to them. So we'll put one here, which does the mining, carpentry, and, lumberjack. Put one here. Ooh, perfect. Put one there for the insula and the clay pit, and then these other buildings already have them as well. So all I need to do is do some land clearing down here, because that's not something the carpenter will do on their own. That's something that the player has to do to prep the area. But okay, so we've got that squared. Cool. I'm just like throwing stuff their way. So other quests, 5 beer and a lyre and grapes. Now grapes is a little harder to come by because that is a desert zone resource, and the desert is going to be more difficult than where I am living now. But at this point, I'm essentially done with the original biome. So the other thing I want to do is reload defenses before I consider anything else. Now that I'm actively thinking of it. Because I know that, defending a town requires a lot of ammo. And I'm just gonna do it with, like, plain old flint arrows. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here. $300, that's fine. We'll say like roughly 300 is going to be the minimum mark. So if anything has, oh my god, that's broken. If anything has significantly less than 300, we'll address it. That one got destroyed by bears. 1 second. Sounds like my dogs are doing something naughty. I'll be back in just a moment. Sorry about that. This probably doesn't need 700. Oops. Give it 999. What was split stack again? Oh, that's not it. I play so many. Oh, okay, and now I'm drowning myself. I play so many of these games, I always forget the hotkeys. What is it? Controls. Left control. Oh, weird. I swear to God, I had done that for delivering the wine like minutes ago, which is funny. Now that I think about it, like I was giving people wine with left control and then like somehow forgot that that was a thing. I don't know. Brain does weird things. But it seems like this one fires a lot more frequently than the others. Because it's like on the top left corner, so I'll give it some extra arrows. Ooh, look at that farm! That's what I'm talking about! That's a wheat farm that is productive. These up here don't really have defenses. And they might take a hammering as a result. And it looks like the right one has no arrows. So I'm gonna have to go muster up some more flint for it. Because I used up all the flint. So flint is typically found around water. But not only. Plus you can get flint, I mean, you don't get a significant amount of flint arrows, but you do technically get flint arrows from, like, murdering things. Oops. Alright, just a little bit more flint. And I could tell my miner to go get... this will be easier if I just open up the lake overlay. I could tell my miner to get more flint, like, to mine it directly. And that wouldn't necessarily be unreasonable for me to queue up just so I have, like, plenty going forward. But at least on this run, I'll just do it myself and then consider automating it for the future. One thing I think is a little too bad is there isn't a way for me to just be like, alright, get, like, 100 flint and then switch to a second priority. There isn't like do it until you have X. It's just like do infinitely or do one off and nothing in between. And that would be a feature I would want added, I think. Okay, that's definitely enough. So the next question I have for you guys is what to do next. So the current priority I'll say is vote. Let's and it will be between improving the town or questing. So improving the town, what entails is upgrading buildings that could use upgrades for efficiency, or even building like a second mining or something akin to that. And as far as quests go, we have got In Vino Veritas, getting Grapes in a Lyre, and Declaration of War, and Virgil's Poem. So Virgil's Poem is a big one. It's like the next main quest, and I probably want to bang out all the ones before it before trying to tackle that. Not that it's too challenging, but like, you know, that's sort of the sequence or order that you would typically approach them in. Alright. All of my stuff has been delivered. I am carrying 999 arrows, like, in my own person, and yeah, surely I do not need all those, but, like, it's cheap enough to just make some. You know, it's not a big deal. So the average person, well, you're just breaking even. Oh, because you don't have an, you're the merchant. Okay, I mean, that's not bad. So it looks like Improved Town is maybe going to be a popular option. We still have the fountains in process. So this fountain got built, which is the Carpenter's Fountain, and the Miner's Fountain, and the Lumberjack's Fountain. And then the last one is in process. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for feedback. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Roman citizens.